It's Tuesday, January 23rd, 2024. Let's talk about the news. From Reuters, Cameroon launches routine malaria shots in global milestone. Yesterday, Cameroon launched the world's first ever routine vaccination program for malaria, kicking off an effort that's expected to save the lives of tens of thousands of children across Africa each year. This is the culmination of a 40-year effort that includes the distribution of bed nets and the application of a malaria vaccine that has been approved by the World Health Organization, and which has proved successful in recent trials. Another 19 countries across the continent are planning to roll out similar programs in 2024, and they aim to vaccinate about 6.6 million children across the involved nations through 2025. About 500,000 children under the age of 5 die of malaria each year in Africa, and insecticide resistance in local mosquito populations are amplifying the problem. So this program is arriving just in time, and the approval of a second vaccine that will become available later this year has eased concerns about potential vaccine supply squeezes. From phys.org, NASA regains contact with mini helicopter on Mars. After an unexpected communications outage over the weekend, the tiny Mars-based helicopter Ingenuity reestablished contact with its car-sized rover home base Perseverance, in turn reconnecting with its NASA handlers on Earth. Ingenuity was initially intended to serve as a test vehicle, allowing NASA engineers to experiment with expanding their exploration capabilities using flight in the less dense than on-Earth Martian atmosphere. The helicopter, which is about 1.6 feet or half a meter tall, was built to survive 5 flights, but this outage occurred on Flight 72, as it has followed in the footsteps of NASA's Mars rovers in massively outliving its anticipated expiration date, having covered more than 10 miles, or about 17 kilometers, of the Martian surface since it arrived in 2021. And from the Wall Street Journal, ahead of New Hampshire primary, underdog Nikki Haley gets one-on-one race with Donald Trump. Over the weekend, Republican presidential primary contender and governor of Florida, Ron DeSantis, withdrew from the race, leaving former South Carolina governor and former U.S. ambassador to the United Nations, Nikki Haley, to face off with Trump in today's New Hampshire primary. DeSantis' pullout wasn't a huge surprise, as his platform was almost a carbon copy of Trump's, so there wasn't a hugely compelling reason for most Republican voters to choose him over the former president, who retains the lion's share of his party's support. Haley, in contrast, has carved out a more traditional conservative platform, a bit like the one Republican candidates favored before Trump upended things in 2016. And though she is still not expected to win this primary or the Republican nomination, there is a chance she could outperform expectations in this and the South Carolina primary in February, doing well enough that she can then justify continuing to oppose Trump in the lead-up to the election in November. If you're finding some value in one-sentence news, consider leaving a quick review wherever you get your podcasts and/or sharing the show with a friend. You can find out more about this show or subscribe to the email version at onesentencenews.com. And you can support this and other related projects, like the Let's Know Things and Brain Lenses podcasts, at understandery.com.